I wanna show y'all this picture. I don't know if you guys heard about it. A judge has ruled that former Baltimore City police officer James can be released on hold detention while he awaits trial. If you guys don't know, his wife right here shot him because he was touching kids at her daycare. Okay. So she got 4 years, and this man gets to go home and watch Netflix. So I just wanted to bring a prime example of how the system works, but also I wanted to bring into the conversation of what Florida just passed. The governor signed a bill Monday allowing for the death penalty for child touchers. I don't want to say that word. Death penalty for child touchers, which became the law, I want to say October 1st, which makes sexual battery a person under 12 a capital crime. Right.
Yes.
So, and then, yeah, on social media, I want to show y'all this little clip of, oh, there you go, Ms. Sanchez, this little clip of someone talking briefly about it.
So this has officially happened. I have double checked. Unfortunately, it has gone into effect. And when I tell you that there are just so many people in that comment section cheering this decision, it proves that you have not done any research into this topic or know people who are victims of child SA. We'll say this as many times as necessary. This law will not save children. It, in fact, will send them to an early grave. There is a reason why judges do not give out the death penalty and why prosecutors do not seek the death penalty, despite the fact that they could have always done that with cases like this. It's because they understand that making the death penalty essentially the mandatory minimum for cases like this actively makes it harder for victims to come forward.
What?
So do you guys agree with her?
What, that's lives on TikTok?
Well, no, actually, a lot of people have been saying that, like regarding that, they disagree with that law. Honestly, I don't even think these type of people should be alive. Maybe because I've worked in a child abuse and neglected center, so I see how these type of people are getting probation while you guys are locking up people that have marijuana an ounce, and these people are getting scot-free. So I agree with that. I think that it should be mandated in most states. I think it should be a more cruel punishment than just like, I don't know. I just agree with it. But there's women that saying that they don't agree with it because then children are not going to want to come forward. Then they brought up the whole issue with trans, and it's just a debauchery.
But what's the logic of people not want to come forward just because the death penalty is on the table?
No, it's because they said the stats show that 59% of people that do this are acquaintance to the kids, or 34% is family members. So, at times they threaten the kids. If you tell anyone, I'm going to do this to you, if you let your family members. So they're saying that kids are not going to want to come forward because they know that there might be more backlash, which I don't agree. I don't think that's the case. I think that people that do this be more mindful of doing it because they know that there's actually going to be more heavy consequences if they get caught.
Yeah, that boy DeSantis doing magic in Florida, man. You gotta take your hats off to him. You know what I'm saying? From immigration laws to stuff like this, it's needed. This is one thing. Like I said, you got this guy that you just used. He was molesting kids. He got shot. The lady got what you said, 4 years,
4 years.
and he's getting released, right?
No, he's getting detention till trial.
Okay, but you gotta put it out there.
Home, little ankle monitor thing.
Yeah, but you got to. If you don't have a strong stance for this type of stuff like that, it's gonna continue to happen. We've been seeing this continue to happen for ages and ages and generation, especially in the Black community. The Black community is filled with a lot of men that's been molesting kids throughout their time. Uncles, brothers. This is something that's been hampering the Black community. So you know what? Hey, let a couple of them niggas get an electric chair. And then, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you'll stop this damn bullshit. You know what? If they don't want to do it, I go down there to Florida. Just fly me down there. I hit the switch on them niggas.
Yeah, but it sets a dangerous precedent also. And the reason why it sets a dangerous precedent is because most guys get convicted just based off of the court of public opinion and based off of testimony and not necessarily based off of real evidence. So do you throw the baby out with the bathwater? Because if a woman, for example, don't necessarily care for a guy, and it's guys that's getting released every single day that was accused of stuff that they didn't do, including sexual assault, do you also convict them and then also throw them under the bus? Because it's a lot of dudes that get accused of stuff that they didn't necessarily do by a woman that's particularly bitter. So
Yes,
how do you solve for that, right?
you
Because
have the same.
I'm
You
gonna
have the
be
same
honest.
thing.
Hold on, I'm gonna be
If you got
honest.
false allegations, if you got a false allegation, she should be subject to the same sentences that
But that's
man would have.
that's not what they talking about. They not saying that equal or because women ain't subject to the same thing with anything that they lie about a guy about. They go free and it's just, oh well, the chick that Travis, what was his name? My man's that former football player that
Football
who
player.
she
Travis,
yeah, so
Travis
she called
Rudolph.
her brothers and they went and crashed out and he had to put a hole in them. That chick's still walking around without no kind of problems at
Yeah,
all,
I mean,
right?
yeah,
So
that's
so I'm gonna just say this. I don't support nobody that touch kids. That goes without saying. That's not even a
facts.
conversation. But the problem for me is that I don't inherently by default believe no woman at all. I don't when a woman open her mouth, I feel like she lying.
Mhm.
I feel like she capping. I think that she's selling herself. I think she sells the courts. I think that she sells her baby daddy to go crash out. I think that a woman's inherent nature by default. Now I think that you can drag that out of her, or you can train her up, or you can groom her, depending on if she under your covering for an extended period of time. But then by default, I think that most women are deceitful, and I'm never just gonna believe all women. The only reason they came up with the slogan "Believe all women" is because women by default is not believable. So I just don't I can't sit here and say that I'm willing without having a further conversation as to what evidence then substantiates whether or not a dude deserved a death penalty. I can't sit here and say by default that I'm willing to throw a dude under the death penalty when every single day I read a different article about a guy that's getting released from prison for being accused for something that he didn't do. So
But this,
and the only reason that we're able to do that today is because we got the technology to then be able to hopefully go back and then look at something that happened and say, okay, well, we want to test it, or we've now advanced enough to be able to substantiate whether or not this guy really did it or not. And then they got to go through the Innocence Project, and it take them years to even go through that. So, like I said, it's got to be more to it for me to just sign up and say, yeah, hurrah, hooray, because it's too many guys that just get accused of stuff that they didn't necessarily do. And we just take people word for it. They get convicted in a court of public opinion. They never get their careers back. They're never able to get a job. They're never able to get back from it, even if they get exonerated from it. And I just don't believe women by default. So
but this is not only subjected to men. This is also for women. Like when I
how many
worked in
women you
those,
know that never got the death penalty for anything?
but I'm just talking about
Isn't it?
this law though. This might be a change because when I worked for the abuse center, honestly, it was more women doing and letting
Yes.
stuff done to their kids. Let me just be honest there. So I
Mhm.
honestly, I'm more for, oh yeah, now the women could be reprimanded on the shit that they allow to their kids or the shit that they turn a blind eye. I didn't look at it
I
as,
don't believe
oh,
that. I think that dudes sent for women, they seek sympathy.
But,
Women just naturally get a lesser sentence. I don't remember the last time a woman
see,
got
but this
executed.
where it get goofy at though.
So,
Because see, right now we've been seeing an increase of amount of women teachers molesting boys, right?
mhm, exactly.
Based on this law, they fall under the same criteria. We can't sit here and try to turn everything on women. Like I said, this is a law. Right now, we're dealing with a point, and I get your point that you're trying to make about the falsely accused. What's the little guy in Chicago, Duty Low, who the chick had accused him of sexual harassing her son or whatever, and it found out that it was a lie, and then you know what I'm saying, she got a little time, but this is what we need to be at in America. She should be subject to the same penalties that he would have got. So I agree with you. It's a flaws in the system because she can make these, she can accuse you of it, it not be true, and she go unscathed. No, it need to be repercussions for her actually, you know what I'm saying, with these false allegations based on her feelings.
Definitely some hardcore evidence. What's the lady name who said she saved a white baby? And she, I guess she claimed that she was kidnapped but wasn't, and they found out she lied.
Carly.
The black lady.
Carly Russell. That's her name.
Yeah, Carly
Carly.
Russell. That's another great example. Yeah.
Yeah, she ain't even. No, she gonna get a civil fine. She ain't even get a misdemeanor.
I feel like
Oh,
Carly.
Oh, what? Oh, that's crazy.
Anybody else? Has a touchy subject.
It ain't touchy for me. I don't believe these hoes.
I mean, it's not about only women though. Like
It is about only women because women by default mostly are not the ones that get accused of this type of behavior. We don't listen. Think about it. No, let's be for real. We don't even look at women as the same. If a dude touch a chick, listen, and y'all can frame it however y'all want to. If an older guy touch a younger woman, that dude is the demon. He a devil. If a dude busts down an older chick, that nigga got stripes. It's a difference. How we view society and how things are. And that's just the double standard of the way of life. That's just the way it is. We don't view it the same. So y'all just being disingenuous, even thinking that we would even consider giving a woman a death penalty for something like that. That just don't fly. We don't even view each other the same way.
But that is wrong, Anton. You know why? Because when we say, oh, these women that are touching these little boys in school, y'all shrug that shit off. When that chick that you popped your cherry at 11 and I said, nah, she's a pedophile.
Hold on, first of all,
no,
dude can't pop his cherry.
And I said she was a pedophile.
Don't disrespect. Don't disrespect.
Getting the guts at 11, though. Getting the guts at 11.
Stop it, Q. Stop it. Q tried to violate me on that one. That's all right.
Hey, Q. Did she do like this to pop that nigga chair?
Yeah, but you know what? It's a lot of men that has lost their cherry to older women.
It ain't no cherry, Q.
We ain't got no chair, Q.
Okay, whatever y'all men, what do y'all call it? Y'all dingling, whatever. But guess what? When I bring it up and say they're pedophiles, you men, nah, we were good, nah. But see, that's the problem. So that's a problem within itself. It's okay for you guys to lose it to an older chick, but it's not okay in general. And I think those type of women should be locked up.
But you want to know what's crazy though? I think people will laugh at her and they say, you know what, there's a woman sexual predator out there. She just took advantage of this poor guy. People will probably laugh at her, probably wouldn't take it seriously.
Why? Would y'all laugh at it if it was a 5-year-old? Would y'all laugh at it?
Nah, that ain't the same.
Nah,
that
not
are you serious? Y'all are little boys.
No. Listen. If a high school dude busts down a teacher,
she needs to be locked up.
I understand. It ain't the same.
What?
No,
it's not the same.
She needs to be locked up.
What?
I swear, if I have a son and a teacher, I'm probably gonna go to jail. Like
I don't know no dude that did not want to bust down one of the teachers in school.
So what about the women though? I didn't know one woman that didn't want to take down her son.
Y'all keep trying to make it the same. It's not the same.
Y'all are trying to make excuses for these pedophile ass women, and there's no excuse for that. Date someone older.
This crazy.
It's not crazy. It's not the problem. Listen, nobody is saying that it's right. Y'all missing the point. Right. Nobody is saying that it's justified. Nobody is saying that it's right. I'm telling you that you cannot look at it the same. Because we're just inherently different. Mm-hmm. It doesn't, I'm not justifying the behavior. I'm telling you that you can't look at it the same. So it's impossible for you to judge them equally because by default, us as humans, we look at women differently than men look at women look at men. That's just the way that it is. That's just nature.
Hey, Steph, jump in here, man. I want to know what you got to say. Because I'm about to flame Anton ass up. So
I just think that, you know, it's a huge double standard. You know, like I always say, it takes effort for a man to get a woman. You know what I'm saying? So if a high school young jock is getting this bad science teacher, 9 times out of 10, he might be, you know, doing something right, or he has something that she wants to experience. Mm-hmm. And Q, to touch on back what you said most women don't talk about it, but most women have fantasies to want to, you know, do that with the high school boy. They just don't, you know what I'm saying, talk about it out in the public. So, I agree with Anton, you know what I'm saying?